This is something I wanted to say back when Charlie Kirk was killed. This is a moment of clarity for black people. When Charlie Kirk was killed, I know I'm a little late. I've been lazy. When Charlie Kirk was killed, a lot of black people got on their platforms and said, "Oh my God, it's I really don't care about Charlie Kirk. I know he said a lot of degrading things toward black people, the black race, and all of this. But it's still free speech, and he shouldn't have been gunned down because I'm a person who used the internet, and I don't want to be gunned down for my words and my views and all of this and that." I'm tired of that, yo. To be real, I'm tired of it, yo. I'm tired of black people being forgiving, understanding, and all of the things. I'm not saying to celebrate a man's death. In no way, shape, and form am I ever gonna say that. What I am saying is, if you died and Charlie Kirk got to speak on it, or these other white people got to speak on it, the framing of it wouldn't have been, "Oh, we can't die over free speech." That's what I'm saying. If and I'm directing this to people like Charlemagne the God, and I wish I would have did this back then because it was something he did that was in the moment, like just before that. I think, matter of fact, if I could think back, it might have been something with Kamala Harris and how she ran her campaign that I was gonna put this together with. But it's the framing that I have an issue with. Like the moment of clarity for us black people that I'm getting to is, even if we don't want to spew vitriol statements or condemn people because we don't need to be like them, right? But we need to frame it in a way that we can still say fuck these people in a sense. We ain't got to come off nice, because if Charlemagne, knock on wood, if something was to happen to him, and I'm not saying death, just anything where he was hurt, I'm saying, and when these white men and these white people, and they get on their platforms and they frame it to their audience, and that's what it was. Charlotte, that's what it was. I remember it now. Charlemagne is big on framing himself. He got at Kamala and he got at the Democratic Party, like during the midst of the election cycle, where he was saying, "Yo, I went on this platform and they used what I said and framed it this way. Even though they misquoted me, they still framed it this way. Why don't the Democrats use that same clip and frame it this way?" See what I'm saying? So he understands the framing of things. You know what I'm saying? So when it changed to Charlie Kirk and he got on his platform and he started saying, "Yo, I don't like that Charlie Kirk got killed and all of that, because I say what I say and I don't want nobody to kill me over my beliefs and what I'm saying and all of that," right? Framing. And let's get back to it. If something happened to him and they get on their platform, they're gonna say, "Well, Charlemagne was this and this and that. That's why that happened to him." See what I'm saying? The framing of it. We don't have to condemn these people, or you don't have to go to the evil side just to make even of, "Oh, they would have did this, or they did this, or whatever." But we gotta stop framing it as us understanding them. We could frame it as damn, I don't like that he got killed, but I understand why somebody would have felt the way by the words he used. So I understand how that may have happened, and we got to be careful, or we got to be more approachable and willing to debate more and whatever, or however you want to choose to frame it. But you framing Charlie Kirk death as damn, that shouldn't happen because I I say what I say, and I don't want nobody to shoot me. You ain't gotta enter yourself into the equation, bro, because they not gonna do it. They gonna say Charlemagne, Joe Button, this black man, that black man, Reverend Al Sharpton, whoever it is. They gonna say this person led a revolution, and they was so democratic, and they was so conservative, and they was this and that, and that's why that happened. It was the rap music. It was the saggy pants. It was the culture. It was how he dressed, how he talked, how he carried himself. He did say this thing this one time. You know, how they use our old mug shots. They use like they always frame us, the not the white man and the power structure and whoever you want to say that they are. When it's us, they George Floyd. Oh, he had this in the system, and he was this person. They're gonna bring up his old records. They're gonna bring up all his old arrests, and he was using drugs. Yo, yes, he probably had health issues. George Floyd could have had health issues. George Floyd could have still been actually high at the moment. But the knee to the neck for the amount of time that the knee was on the neck was the factor that killed him. You get what I'm saying? But they want to frame it as it's the framing of it. What's black people so forgiving, so understanding, and all of this? Oh, we don't want to put this out here like that because we don't want to look bad as a people, or we don't want it to happen to us. I'm tired of it, bro. We gotta start. And like I said, we have to start doing better by ourselves, for ourselves. You see what I'm saying? We have to start treating ourselves like we want others to treat us, because we don't even treat ourselves like that. We giving these passes, and we giving these passes to these people to treat us anyway, and then once something happened to them, we can't even just say, yo, I understand why a motherfucker wanted to shoot him. He said mad fucked up shit. He did mad fucked up shit. I understand. We can't even say that. We gotta say, damn, that's all fucked up. That's wrong. That's totally wrong. Because it was just his thoughts and his views, and I don't want to be shot for my thoughts and my views. You don't got to interject yourself into that situation. Just say, yo, I understand dude said some shit. It was some crazy people out here. Yo, we need more security. We need to vet better. We need to pick some certain shit. Hey, you could have even said, hey, he shouldn't have been out there. For his views and his thoughts, right? He's a person that needs to speak like the Pope if he's gonna be in public. I'm saying that. I'm saying he got to speak with the little bulletproof glass around him if he gonna be in public, or he just shouldn't be in public. Or if he is gonna be in public, he needs to be in an enclosed auditorium where everybody can be checked before they come in, and everything be surrounded or whatever. He shouldn't have been in a outside to where a sniper could be on a roof three houses over, or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? But we also have to say, we also just have to put out there, yo, his rhetoric, and this is coming from a person who's never heard of Charlie Kirk in his life before the shooting. So I don't even really know what he said. I'm just, like I said, this is about a moment of clarity for black people. His rhetoric, and I don't even think he got shot by a black man. I'm just saying his rhetoric and whatever his views are upon the people, we just gotta be understanding that that could lead to that. That's you're inciting people to a point that you can be harmed in that particular way. And if all of this in America is freedom to bear arms and free speech, Amendment 1 and 2 back to back, you got to understand, you got to keep your head on a swivel. You get what I'm saying? That's just it. Charlemagne's, the Mark Lamont Hills, the whoever it is, like I said, Al Sharptons and the Reggie, who's ever in that political space or the space of Stephen A. Smith now. I know he's getting a lot of backlash for a lot of his takes. Like you got to know when you speaking to these people on these platforms in these arenas to where it's politics, religion. I wouldn't say sports, but sports gets heated and you might just encounter certain slurs or whatever. But when these things, you're actually affecting people's livelihoods as far as making money, providing for your family, living situations. When you're entering these politic talks and these cultural talks and these societal talks, you got to understand you affecting people in a different way, right? And you got to know the cost that comes with that and the amount of people who aren't just here to listen and say, oh, I hear your point, I just don't agree with it. There's a certain amount of people who will take it to the physical in any particular way. That's what that realm comes with. That's why the president has Secret Service. If you could just say and lead and do what you want in these particular realms of the world, in these particular categories, the Pope wouldn't have to move how he moves. The president of the United States or any other president wouldn't have to move with all of the Secret Service and whatever the security name of whatever country they're from. It's violence that comes with this. It's violence that comes with taking these stances. It's violence that comes with spreading certain narratives and rhetorics and philosophies and ideologies and however word you want to use. So move with caution. And like I said, for us black people and people who want to talk in these realms, in these worlds, and people who want to take these stances, understand when it comes to you, they are not setting the same narratives. At your death, at your demise, if it comes in a certain stance, a certain way, the picture is not painted like that. So we need to stop painting the picture for them like that. Like everything was cool. Everything is understood. I'm just tired of it, man.